Hello everyone, we welcome you back to the part 2 of our lesson on how to monitor and supervise PLCs in our schools. And this illustration is being brought to you by the HRMD department. In our previous sessions or part 1, we discussed at length to address some of the challenges that as a supervisor or monitor you'll be facing. So believe by now, by watching that video alone, will give you an insight on how to do your submissions or report submissions. In this tutorial, I'm going to look at some of the template that you'll be using and how you go by it. And then after that, we move on to how to submit PLC report for this particular term, that is term 3. So kindly glue to your seat. Now, as a supervisor or as a monitor, you must make sure that before you start the PLC sessions, the school has PLC session plans available. And as you can see here, this is a typical example of PLC session plan that we have prepared and is shared on our platform, PLC CPD platform. So, just as it is displayed over here, the schools are supposed to, against the various activity, indicate the persons in charge. So for instance, we have the first one for the first session, which is PS session 1, gender equality and social inclusion. So the curriculum leader has to make sure that the name of the school, the venue, the facilitator, date and duration, then demonstrator, time and the cluster are indicated over here for all the sessions and shared to the monitors and also the teachers involved in the cluster PLC meeting. So this is basically the agenda that you'll be following. And in the PLC, we have the pre-delivery stage, we have the delivery stage, we have the post-delivery discussion stage, then we have the post-PLC activity. And then that ends the activities. So we're using this as a case study. Then quickly look at how you're going to submit records on this using the Google link and the form. Alright, so the first activity is to ensure that the participants register for attending to the PLC. So the person involved, you indicate it as the person in charge at the column, the person in charge. The opening prayer, introduction of participant at cluster level or minute recorder, demonstrator, supervisor and monitors. Good. So then the next activity is establishment of ground rules. The next one is formulation of teams, groups and subgroups. So we may have group KG teachers, primary teacher, JHS teachers as various groups or teams. Then within, let's say, JHS, we may have 4 subgroups or 3 subgroups, such as teachers who are well inclined in mathematics, ICT and science. We have another subgroup who are also teaching the languages, and let's say in addition to that, you have social studies and that of RME, religious and moral education. Then we have another group that is also purely for TVET, that is technical and vocational courses. Okay, so those can be formed as subgroup. They may also have their own class. Right. Then after that, you allow participants to state their expectations. So who will be leading that? Is it the curriculum leader? Everything will have to be stated. Then after that, you issue the post-delivery comment or sheet to participants. So these activities, the supervisors have to make sure that these activities goes on smoothly. However, if you are a monitor, you do not have to comment or say anything, but you'll be given a sheet. That's the monitoring sheet, appendix A2 PLC, and the appendix A2 will be given to both the supervisors and the monitors. So you'll be putting down your comment over there. Then the supervisor has an option to, at a point in time, maybe draw the curriculum leader attention to one or two skirmishes, but you, the monitor, you do not have to. You wait after everything, the exercise is over, then you give your comment. Then continue to introduce the facilitator to begin the session activity. Then after that delivery stage, the facilitator would utilize the information in the PLC handbook for basic teachers to facilitate the session activities. As the facilitator goes on to do the facilitation, then the supervisor and everybody will stay on his or her seat to participate. Then on the same or during the same activities or processes or procedures, the supervisor will be noting down, and with the hard copy of the monitoring sheet, we will be assessing the performance of the facilitation or the PLC. The same time too, the monitor will also be doing the same thing. Then after the facilitation of the session, a demonstrator could be the facilitator himself or any other teacher who has been pre-informed to prepare to come and do a demonstrative teaching. So that that teacher who is known as a demonstrator will model a teaching activity, and that teaching activity should be in relation or has to be in line with the topic for the PLC session. So during demonstration lessons, the facilitator or the demonstrator will consider the participant as his or her learners using appendix LOS 1.1, and it is LOS 1 lesson observation sheet, and it has been shared on our platforms. So he or she will be guided, but he will not use that particular lesson observation sheet, but he or she will use a lesson plan, a prepared lesson plan. But before then, the curriculum leader might have been informed that, or from the teachers, might have been informed by the teachers that that particular topic is a difficult topic to teach. Okay, and therefore the demonstrator now becomes a resource person who has the necessary competencies to be able to teach the topic, that particular topic, for the understanding of the teachers. So that is the difference. On the other hand, copies of the lesson observation sheet will have to be given to all the participants and the supervisor and the monitor. So they will use the lesson observation sheet to assess the performance of that demonstrator or that facilitator or teacher who is modeling that teaching activity. Good. As soon as he or she is done, then we move on to the evaluation stage and review session. And at this stage, we continue to ask some questions and then answer them. So let's see what is done at the post-delivery discussion stage. Here, the facilitator will lead participants through whole class discussion to comment on the positive challenges, recommendations, and suggestions. And they have to rely on a comment from the participant. So at the post-delivery discussion stage, that one will be led by the supervisor. Please, let's understand. It will be led by the supervisor. Normally or usually it is the head teacher. Okay. And we begin with the facilitator. So the facilitator will comment on his or her delivery during the PLC, and that of the demonstrator to also do likewise. Then after that, the participant will be given the opportunity to make comments, say the positives, the challenges, and the recommendations. And the recorder has to make sure that all these are recorded because it's going to be used during report submission on the Google link or form. When the participants are done, then the supervisor too and the monitors will also come in with their appendix A2 PLC 1, and based on it also give their comments, their challenges and suggestions. Right. So when that is done, then the curriculum leader will continue with the announcements. Then PLC would have to be end with the closing prayer. When that is done, then after that we have the post PLC activity where the head teacher and the curriculum leader will have to ensure to collect all the training logbooks from the participants present and sign accordingly and stamp. Then upload the attendance sheet via the head teacher's portal, station management. After that, both the curriculum leader and the head teacher report by filling the online monitoring PLC Google sheet, and the link is on this sheet and it's also shared on the CPD PLC platform, WhatsApp platform. So we share the pictures and videos of the session also on the Tiwa E-District PLC TCPD WhatsApp platform. And after that, you collect the attendance sheet and other relevant documents for keep or storage. So you must have a very big bag to keep all these documents because portfolio assessors will be coming to your schools and to verify whether the report you have been given or providing as a head teacher on your portal really and truly reflect the situation on the ground. When that is done, then you can continue the online link. You click on the link, but here you must make sure that you have internet access. If you don't have internet access, this is normally what will be shown. So please let us make sure that we have internet access. called connectivity. So as the link is shown over here on our platforms, you click on the link over here. Whether you are a monitor or supervisor, you have a hard copy of the report, so you click on the link, and once you click on the link, if you don't have internet access or connectivity, you will experience this. So you must make sure that you position yourself very well. Okay, so once the form is open to you, scroll downwards. So in our first session, you understand that we took you how to report on PLC activities for first term and second term, which we said use other PS sessions to do so. So you select other PS sessions for this. Now for third term, that's term 3, you have been given PLC handbook, and our expectation is that you utilize the handbook. So you have no option to say you are going to use a different topic. So all the topics or the sessions are already in the handbook, and therefore it's expected that you report on all the sessions, and the sessions are about 11, right? So assuming in week 1 you couldn't have your PLC session, then still you have to report. But if you were able to do it, let's say PLC session 1, gender equality and social inclusion, or PLC session 2, information and communication technology, let's say that was done in week 2, then you select PLC session 2, information and communication technology, then you click on next. Once you do that, here you are to click on the link as shown over here. So you click on it. Don't click on next. Click on PS session 2, information and communication technology. Good. So the form for PLC information communication and technology will open to you. So welcome to PS session 2, information and communication technology. And click on next. You must make sure that your email is intact. Now when you do that, the form is now open to you. So you select your institution as shown over here. I've selected Enyinam Presby JHS. Then I continue. Circuit PLC cluster, MS code, your email, corporate email account, name of school head, and all that you need to fill. So in week 1, you are supposed to do that. In week 2, you are supposed to do. So you do that for all the weeks. When you reach here, you continue, you click on next. The academic year, select the academic term, select academic week number, you select. So let's say that will be what, week 2. Now, assuming week 1 you couldn't conduct, so ideally you are supposed to make sure that PLC session 1 goes for week 1, right? So if in week 1 you couldn't conduct your PLC session 1, then when you reach here, please take note over here. When you reach here where it is asking you that was PLC conducted in your institution, and because in week 1 you couldn't do it, then you select no. Then you click on next. If you did it, then you select yes. Okay, so you select no, then you click on next. Then it sends you to your challenges. So you select your challenges. This is just a demonstration. Your recommendations, then your declaration. You read it and you just select yes. Then after that you click on submit. Now if you are successful, this is the information. Congratulations for successful organization and reporting for this PLC session. You have received your PLC CPD report. Then click on the link below to submit pictures of your PLC activity or pictures or videos on the WhatsApp platform. So you continue to provide this. Just click on this link. Okay, then it leads you to the WhatsApp link. Good. You wait just this. Good. So it sends you to a Tiwa East District PLC platform and can submit your pictures or videos of and other things. Alright, thank you very much for your patience and understanding. So remember, you are to conduct for PS session 1 up to 11 for this term. So if one way or the other you couldn't do that, then you follow the processes and report accordingly. And then a decision will be taken to help the schools to do the right things. On this note, we thank you very much. Greetings from HR department. Bye for now.